Lord Shen doesn't look like childhood trauma. He looks like he's winning. But there's one thing this movie keeps showing you about him. He does the same thing every time. And the reason nobody talks about it is because most of us do it too. It starts on a throne. Let's recall this. Shen's family, the peacock rulers of Gongmen's city, invented fireworks. Their legacy to the world was joy. Their kid looked at the same gunpowder and saw a weapon. He had a nanny, the soothsayer. She was the one actually raising him while his parents were busy running a dynasty, feeding him, being in the room when they weren't. Shen will spend the entire film pretending she doesn't matter. She's the only person who does. A prophecy came. If Shen continued down this path, a warrior of black and white would defeat him. Shen heard that the way a scared kid with too much power hears anything, as a problem with a solution. So he took his wolves to the panda village and wiped it out. Every last one he could find, children included. A child's logic with a warlord's resources. Those wolves followed him through what came next. Then he walks home, full of pride, needing, not expecting, needing to be told he did something brave. The prophecy didn't break Lord Shen, neither did the massacre. This did. A kid walks into a room expecting praise and gets horror on his parents' faces instead. They banish him. One look, one judgment, and he's out forever. Everything he builds for the next 30 years starts right here. One story. They hated me. They saw what I was and they threw me away. That's the kid. Now watch the adult. Daddy issues and louder feathers. Standard animated villain. That's the version that keeps him safely on a screen where he can't reach you. But every scene in this movie is showing you something else. The same wound playing out on repeat. Watch.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Shen retakes Gongmen's city, his father's palace, the place he got thrown out of as a child. First thing he does, finds his father's throne. Says out loud he has fond memories of playing beside it, that his father promised it would be his someday. Then he destroys it, throws it out a window, and rolls a cannon into its place.
A little to the left.
The gorilla says it's too heavy. Shen doesn't care. 30 years he's waited for this moment. Everything has to be exact. He adjusts the cannon inch by inch until it sits where the throne used to be.
And I envisioned it a little to the left.
A warlord who just conquered a city and his first priority is micromanaging inches. You know what that looks like. Maybe from the outside, maybe closer than that. Right after this, Shen rehearses his entrance, out loud, multiple takes, practicing his greeting to a panda he's never met.
Greetings, Panda. At last we meet.
He stops, resets, tries it again a different way. The soothsayer watches all of it and says 6 words.
You are afraid for a reason.
The last time Shen walked into this palace without a script, open and full of pride, it cost him everything. So now nothing is unplanned. But you can't control people forever. Eventually, someone says the one word Shen can't hear. Final battle. The Kung Fu masters are pushing back. Shen orders Wolf Boss to fire the cannon at the battlefield, which would kill their own soldiers in the crossfire. Wolf Boss says they'll hit their own men. Shen screams at him to fire anyway. Wolf Boss drops the torch. One word.
No.
Shen puts daggers in him. No hesitation. Then fires the cannon himself. Wolf Boss followed Shen for 30 years, since the exile. Through genocide and open war, he was the person who stayed the longest. One no from his parents and Shen lost everything. One no from the person who stayed the longest and that person is dead on the floor. Because the in-between is where you get sent away, so there is no in-between. But you know what's the cruelest part? The one person whose pushback he can tolerate is the soothsayer. She mocks him, chews on his robes, tells him he's wrong to his face. He never touches her because she's the person whose no never came with exile attached. She raised him. She stayed through all of it. He didn't learn to accept disagreement. He learned to accept hers. You already know where this is going. And this is where I stopped talking about a cartoon peacock. Someone says, I need some space, and you're already 3 steps ahead, not upset, just strategic, already figuring out how to need them less before they finish the sentence. You probably don't even notice you're doing it. Or it's smaller, someone doesn't text back for a day and you've already rewritten the whole relationship in your head. And not because you're dramatic, you're actually weirdly calm about it. You just start building the exit quietly, bricking up the door before they even know there's a wall going up. And the whole time, you're telling yourself this is maturity. You rewrite the email 14 times. You walk into a room already knowing how you'll leave it. Not because you're careful, because the one time you showed up with nothing rehearsed, it went badly enough that you never did it again. Or at least, that's the version you remember. And honestly, the version you remember is the one that's running the show. So every room gets locked down. And it works. That's what nobody tells you. The wall does exactly what you built it to do. People can't hurt you from behind it. They just eventually stop coming to it. Shen gets one more chance. The woman who raised him, the only person left who knew him before the exile, tells him the one thing that could set him free. Watch what he does with it. Before the final battle, Shen tells the soothsayer the only story he knows, that his parents hated him, that they wronged him, that he's going to make it right. The soothsayer,
They loved you. They loved you so much that having to send you away killed them.
silence. His parents didn't exile him and move on. They died. The grief of losing their son destroyed them both, and Shen never knew. Everything he built, the cannon, the army, all of it, rested on that story. The woman who actually raised him just told him it was wrong. Watch his face. For one beat, the performance stops. He hears it.
The dead exist in the past, and I must attend to the future.
He sends her away. She says goodbye, wishes him happiness. He doesn't watch her leave, just says happiness must be taken, and he'll take his. That should be the end of it. He heard the truth and threw it away. But the movie gives him one more scene, and it's the only honest thing he ever says. Po redirects everything Shen throws at him. The fleet burns, and on the wreckage, stripped of everything he built, Shen drops the performance.
How did you find peace?
That's it. A simple question from someone who genuinely does not understand how Po let go of something Shen has been carrying for 30 years. Po tells him,
The only thing that matters is what you choose to be now.
You're right.
then,
Then I choose.
the story was load-bearing. He understood, clearly enough to say you're right out loud. But choosing peace means all of it was for nothing. He saw the truth and chose the wound anyway, because the person he'd built couldn't survive without it. So he picks up the blades. Shen cuts the ropes holding the wreckage of his own cannon above him. It falls. He closes his eyes and doesn't move. The weapon he built from his family's invention of joy, put where his father's throne used to be, is what finishes him. I had a friend who started canceling on me, twice in a row. Normal stuff, probably. But I didn't ask. I just did what they did as well. Took longer to reply, stopped suggesting we hang out, told myself I was respecting the distance. What I was actually doing was leaving first. They weren't pulling away, they were busy. By the time I figured that out, I'd been gone so long that reaching back felt forced. I'd made it weird, built the gap myself, and then used the gap as proof I was right to leave. You don't have to pick up the blades like Shen. Shen built walls. There's a character who did the opposite. Filled every silence, never stopped talking, made sure no room could get quiet enough for anyone to notice what was underneath. If you've ever been the loudest person in the room and couldn't explain why, that one's going to hit different. Watch the video on the screen for that.